Hey guys, welcome back to the midichlorian experience. Today we are going to be diving into a topic that is frequently debated in the Star Wars community, and that is the nature of the prophecy and Yoda's quote about it being misread.
A prophecy that misread could have been.
So did the Jedi misread the prophecy of the Chosen One? Well, what is the prophecy?
You refer to the prophecy of the one who will bring balance to the Force.
If the prophecy is true, your apprentice is the only one who can bring the Force back into balance.
Is he not the Chosen One? Is he not to destroy the Sith and bring balance to the Force?
It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness!
He is the Chosen One. He will bring balance.
Bringing balance to the Force means getting rid of the dark side. An analogy I have used in the past is to think of the Force as an apple, with the dark side representing the rotten portion of the apple. The apple can exist without the rot, but the rot can't exist if there's no apple. It's similar to Tolkien and C.S. Lewis's vision of evil as not existing for its own sake, and instead being a corruption of goodness. In their eyes, evil cannot create, it can only corrupt or destroy what already exists. George Lucas has always been clear that bringing balance to the Force is getting rid of the dark side, having likened it to cancer.
Anakin is the Chosen One, and even when Anakin turns into Darth Vader, he is still the Chosen One. The prophecy is that Anakin will bring balance to the Force and destroy the Sith. He becomes Darth Vader. Darth Vader does become the hero. Darth Vader does destroy the Sith, meaning himself and the Emperor. He does it because he is redeemed by his son. So the prophecy is true. And by doing that, he redeems himself and goes from being Darth Vader back to being Anakin again.
In the prequels, the Jedi are no longer agents of balance in the Force. They were following the will of the Senate rather than the will of the Force, following their dogmatic rules instead of the principles that sit at the foundation of those rules. Rules are built on top of principles, so if you struggle with a principle, there is a rule that can guide you. But you should not put more emphasis on the rule than the principle itself. The Jedi Council puts more emphasis on their rules and dogma than their role as followers of the Force.
He is to be trained then?
No, he will not be trained.
No.
He is too old.
He is the Chosen One. You must see it.
Even when faced with the arrival of a supernaturally powerful child, they do not heed its importance, and they cite their rules, opting to ignore this signal from the Force. The Jedi never saw themselves as not being agents of balance. That's why Yoda said misread. The misreading is that the Jedi never considered that they were no longer agents of balance. The Jedi don't even realize this, and so their destruction is not something they foresaw as being necessary to achieve the balance. The Jedi losing sight of their way is characterized throughout the prequels by telling us they have lost their clairvoyance.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I don't sense anything.
Possible. The Sith have been extinct for a millennium.
I do not believe the Sith could have returned without us knowing.
Impossible to see. The future is. Blind we are.
I think it is time we inform the Senate that our ability to use the Force is diminished.
No, that's not possible. The Jedi would be aware of it.
We see that their devotion and connection to the Force is waning as they are ignorant of the return of the Sith, unable to recognize a Sith Lord when he sits across a table from them, and have lost their clairvoyance and their ability to see the future. The imagery is very literal, as the Jedi Council resides in an ivory tower looking down on everyone. And so, bringing balance to the Force will require the destruction of the dark side and the destruction of the corrupted Jedi Order. The prophecy is not fulfilled until Return of the Jedi, but most people look for the prophecy to be fulfilled at Revenge of the Sith, since they say there are 2 Jedi and 2 Sith at the end, so that is what balance means. But in both the movies, the old expanded universe, and the new Disney canon timeline, that is not true. There are more than 2 Jedi alive after Order 66. There's Shaak Ti, Asheret Het, Kanan, Ahsoka, Cal Kestis, Grogu, Balin, Ram Koda, Jocasta Nu, among many, many others. So how is it 2 Jedi, 2 Sith with so many Jedi still alive? The answer is simple. Balance was never 2 Jedi, 2 Sith, nor was it ever an equilibrium of light and dark side. Anakin psychologically kills Vader from within and then physically kills Sidious. There are only ever 2 Sith, a master and an apprentice. So there's no one to pass on the teachings of the Sith, which means the Sith Order is now dead. That's the first half of the prophecy. At the end of this conflict, there is only Luke and Anakin left, who are the last 2 Jedi. I say last because Yoda tells us,
Luke, when gone am I? The last of the Jedi will you be?
but Anakin is the last of the old corrupted Jedi Order, and so with his death is the death of the last of the old, leaving only the first of the new, his son, Luke. This part of the story is very archetypal and relates to some very old stories like the story of Osiris, the Egyptian god, of the old king, the tyrannical king, and the young king. Being the last of the corrupted Jedi, Anakin's own death is the final nail in the coffin for fulfilling the prophecy in a kind of self-sacrifice, which carries a likeness to prominent religious themes. At the end of it all, the dark side has been purged, the Sith Order is destroyed, the corrupted Jedi Order are gone, the Jedi Order is now reborn with the first of the new, and balance has been brought to the Force. The misread part is the fact that the Jedi did not foresee their own downfall. It was only Jedi like Qui-Gon Jinn or Count Dooku who were aware of the Republic and the Jedi Order's corruption. Well, that's all I have for this topic. If you like what I had to say, click the like button down below, subscribe to see more of my content, which will be coming soon, and if you want to receive a notification when I upload the next video, click the bell icon so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. May the Force be with you.